warning, this video contains a lot of spoilers of the Guardians Rising set. Be careful.
Again into a set we go, review the cards that are still unknown. I know that I'm stealing the show with Tapu Lele, I make foes. Some new abilities around with Metagross GX in town, and I'm hearing sounds, and I know I'm losing money now with all the folders that are shown. I'ma get them again, I'll start building my deck from the ground and make a toast at the end for all my friends and all my subs, and even those who've just begun to feel the game. Expand with a new set we see a GX every time I see a new set and secret rares I need to get. I can hide from the fact I love the game to death. I see a GX with an insanely priced stack, but I really need it for my deck. I can hide from the fact I love the game to death.
What's up YouTube, it's Alolan TCG here, and yeah, welcome to another episode. This is a series where I talk about the latest competitive TCG info available, so if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe so you don't miss out on important TCG matters. Anyway, today we're just gonna check out the reveals, or actually the scans of the second Sun and Moon set, which actually gets revealed in Japan pretty soon. And yeah, let's just take a sneak peek to Guardians Rising, because most of the cards in this set will go straight into our English counterpart, which is awesome. So we have a sneak peek at the future, if you can say it like that. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the video already, and let's just rock smash the hell out of the like button and get things going. Alright. To start things off, I just want to give a huge shout out to PokeBeach for providing the scans. These guys are just amazing. Just check out the site. The news also gets updated there. So yeah, the Islands Awaiting You is the first mini set. So there are actually two sets in Japan, sort of like that, and the cards are divided like this, and they come together and form the English set most of the time. So we have a Bellsprout, not anything useful here. Weepinbell, not anything to look forward to here, because those have not been revealed yet. So maybe they should yeah, get revealed soon. But if they have a good ability, I'll talk about them anyhow. So yeah, let's just get things going with Victory Bell here on the screen. This Victory Bell evolves from Weepinbell, 140 HP, and it deals 20 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned, burned, and confused as well. Wow, how yeah, special conditions, stuff like that. This is an underwhelming card. It's for a 1 grass energy you can do that amount of damage, but there are many cards like Pokemon Center Lady to prevent that, and even the, yeah, the, what is it called, the Comfy. This is a new support Pokemon for fairy Pokemon. So I don't see Weepinbell or actually Victory Bell having any time soon with this kind of shenanigans. Also, it has an attack that, yeah, your opponent cannot retreat with a second attack, dealing 80 damage and healing 20 as well. There's also a Petlil, Lilligant, and yeah, in the set, not anything that they have scans for just yet. We're just gonna go look over. Here we have Golisopod. Actually, talked about this card before. A really great ability. Damage done to this Pokemon is reduced by 30, so this is awesome. If you combine that with the new Stadium card, this can be a really defensive wall. It's only stage 1, it has 130 HP, so it's nice like that. And also has the Resolute Claw, dealing 80 damage. And if your opponent's active Pokemon is a GX or an EX, so it's really nice that it states EX as well, and deals 70 more damage. Yeah, in total 150 damage. So that is awesome. Combined with a Choice Band, you can definitely hit those EXs and GXs right there. Yeah, moving on. We have talked about this card before as well. It is Victini, or if I just want to call it Fliptini. This is a really great Pokemon because its ability makes you reflip your coins for an attack. Just let's say you use Beedrill's attack, Beedrill the EX one, you flip 4 coins for each hatch, you deal 40 damage. Well, if you're not satisfied with the results of your coin flips, then you can just reflip those coins again with this ability. So really nice. It will see a lot of play here and there when cards come out that are relying on coin flips. So the first GX, already talked about that one before. So if you're on the channel on a daily basis, you'll definitely hear most of these cards already, because I'm always talking about the latest news. But this is a review, so I cannot skip this guy for the people that are just watching it for the full review. So we have Turtonator GX, the Fire GX, 190 HP. 3 retreat cost is bad, but then again, you can get it out with Heavy Ball. It deals 20 damage for a DCE, and if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack during your opponent's next turn, you place 8 damage counters on that attacking Pokemon. So you kind of make it like a defensive wall, and that way, if your opponent strikes, you can just hit those damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon. So let's say a basic Pokemon attacks you like a Rowlet, not that ever happens, but then they are knocked out. So this is great, dealing 8 damage counters. With that you can just, yeah, most of the times get yourself a 2-hit KO, and yeah, get yourself maybe in a 1-hit KO range after you use this attack. So that's crazy. Only for a DCE, so that can be kind of splashable to annoy certain Pokemon. Yeah, we have the Crimson Flame, 160 damage, and you discard 2 fire energies attached to this Pokemon. This is not a bad attack since you can power it up with the Volcanion EX, so I definitely see Turtonator GX having some play here and there, and Volcanion Dex, maybe a one-off. Also his GX move is kind of neat. The Volcanion Dex are missing a GX move. Some people are playing Tauros GX in the deck, but maybe you can test out this one. Attach 5 fire energies from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like. Imagine your setup like that. You just attach a bunch of energies to, yeah, maybe your Flareon, and poof, you deal a ton of damage right there. So nice GX indeed for fire players. Moving on, we have a cute looking Alolan Sandshrew. This is not yeah, a good card, but it evolves and it has also an attack that does not require you to attach energy. So defensive curl, flip a coin. If hits, prevents all damage done to this Pokemon. Next up, Sand Slash. Yeah, this is kind of neat. Once during your turn, you may draw a card with that ability and it stacks. So if you have 2 Sand Slash out, you can draw 2 cards. So kind of reminds me of the Slurpuff back in the day. But yeah, this can be used. It can get you can get it out with Dive Ball and stuff. So maybe some people can make it work. Yeah. And next up, more Alolan Pokemon. Continuing the trend with no energy requirement. That attack, search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon, reveal them and put them in your hand. A really nice way to set up without wasting energies. And it evolves into the beautiful Alolan Ninetales. Yes, just check this card out, guys. It is a really nice card, talked about it before. Also only needing a DCE, so kind of a lot of splashable cards here. It deals 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So this is a great sniping method here. If you use that, you can just get rid of the let's say your opponent is building up something, and with that you can just get rid of it. If you use it twice, you can even knock out, I do believe you can knock out, yeah, Trubbish and stuff, so you have to use it twice. 50 damage is just, if it was 60 damage, it was huge. But this is an underwhelming card in my opinion for a GX. It deals 160 damage and you discard 2 energies attached to it for a stage 1. So Lapras deals that amount of damage, and the only drawback to that is that you cannot use it during your next turn, but with Escape Rope you can just get out of that trick. But yeah, I don't think Alolan Ninetales GX will see a lot of play, but it is a beautiful card to collect indeed. Also his GX move all damage counted from this Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon, so it's sort of like damage swap on stage 1 Weather type. Only 1 retreat cost though, so there's that going for it. We have a Delibird. This is a nice looking image right there. Flips a coin. If heads, search your deck for 1 card and put it in your hand. So it's a coin based attack, so which means you can just reuse it with Flippini. But yeah, combination with using a bunch of weak basics. That's the only thing I can see it being ever played. Next up we have Glalie. This is an interesting card. It deals 40 damage, flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy test to your opponent's active Pokemon. And also Raging Ice Ball deals 70 damage. If this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, it deals 80 more damage, which means 150 damage for a stage 1 water type. Not bad. Also it has 3 retreat, so you can definitely Lysander that one up. Okay, next up, Vanillux. Vanillux is an interesting card in my opinion. Always has been. It has something to do with the paralysis. This one has the attack Hail, does 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. So if maybe you can use that a couple of times on your second turn if you manage to get Rare Candy and yeah, a Vanillite in play. So Vanillite, Rare Candy, Vanillux, and use that a couple of times. And then there's also, I believe there was an attack in the game called where you double the damage. I think it was Aegislash, so, but then again, that's also stage 2. But yeah, just some funny business going on here. Also dealing 80 damage for 3 water energies. Water is kind of good, as you may have noticed, thanks to Aqua Patch, which is also a secret rare. Spoiler alert. Yeah, if you don't want to hear spoilers, definitely click away now, because you'll see a bunch of the Guardians Rising scans right now. Okay, his second attack deals 80 damage. You may discard 2 water energies. You don't always have to. And with that, you can just paralyze your opponent. So kind of interesting to see another paralysis Vanillux. Seen it before with the Vileplume lock. With that, they're stuck in the active position. So we'll have to figure out if it ever gets some play here and there. Next, another GX. We have Tapu Koko GX. I talked about all the Tapus before, and this Koko is the lightning type, adore lightning types, and it has the ability Arrow Trail. Once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand, you slap it on your bench, you may move any number of lightning energies attached to this Pokemon, and energies and play and attach them to this Pokemon. Yeah, that's how it works, and then you have... Yeah, and if you do, you may, if you move any energy, switch this Pokemon to your active. So it's sort of like the Dragonite, but for all the lightning energy. So it absorbs all the lightning and just goes straight into the attack. It deals 130 damage, a respectable amount for 3 energies on a basic. Also, Thunder GX deals 50 damage times the number of energies attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. So, wow. Yeah, just think about that. 50 damage times the number of energies attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. Imagine yourself, you're facing a Darkrai deck that has a bunch of energies into play. This Tapu will definitely get the better upper hand right there, because that Thunder will do a massive amount of damage. It does need 2 Lightning and a Carlos though. Also 2 Retreat on the Lightning type. You're wrong, Pokemon. This one is kind of fast, so definitely make it a free retreat. Anyway, moving on, we have Slowbro is, not a good card, although it can deal massive amount of damage. If this Pokemon is poisoned or burned, you actually deal 130 damage with a second attack for a Psychic and a DCE. Also, his Amnesia attack is kind of funny. It deals 20 damage, and choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks, and that Pokemon cannot use that attack during his next turn. So just think about that for a sec. But then again, they have, the Water Box has the free retreat thanks to Manaphy. Escape Rope is in town, so a lot of Pokemon will definitely one-shot Slowbro. So don't even bother, guys. Okay, there's a Gothitelle in the set. We don't know how good it will be, but I'll keep you updated. So they know there's a Gothitelle in there, but they don't have scans available just yet. Okay, Machoke. Here is the star of the stage once for the set. This one has the Intimidating Stance. It is intimidating indeed. Prevents all damage and the placement of damage counters from your opponent's attacks, abilities, to your bench Pokemon. So everything is blocked on your bench, which is great. The Sigewire will have a really hard time getting rid of this annoying ability, because they cannot snipe anymore, which means you are safe on your bench. But then again, the Sigewire can snipe on the active and just get prizes anyhow. So we'll have to see if it's good. Also, a 3 retreat cost is really terrible. It's a stage 1 fighting type. Fighting is being played with the Carbink and the Zygarde. But other than that, I don't see a lot of play with fighting. But it's a splashable card. Maybe you can just put in a deck with Float Stones, a 1-1 or a 2-2 line, just to, if you're having problems with the Sigewire. Alright, moving on, we have Machamp. This one it deals 20 damage, so does 80 more damage for each prize card your opponent took during their last turn. Wow, so basically if they knock out an EX or a GX, you deal 180 damage for 2 fighting energies, and with strong energy you can add it up. So, but then again, you have to force your opponent to take prizes, which is something I don't like. Your opponent is in control, so that is something I don't like. But yeah, nice looking stage 2 Pokemon. You definitely need rare candy on that. Or then again, you also have the awesome Machoke, which will get more love than the Machamp. So there's a Whiscash here. This is also a funny card. It deals 60 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep. Who cares about that? The second attack is really deadly. Discard 3 top cards of your deck. This attack deals 100 damage times the number of energies you discard. Wow, you can deal up to 300 damage. And there's also Mallow in the set, which I'm gonna talk about soon, which makes you place cards from your deck on top of your deck. So this is great. Really great budget deck, I believe. So, talking about the Comfy before, here it is. As long as this Pokemon is in play, each of your Pokemon with fairy energies attached, cannot be affected by special conditions. So yeah, remember that Victory Bell won't be doing a lot of stuff against this guy when it's out. Also, there's Drampa. Yeah, really nice looking dragon type right there. It does not need lightning or grass or fire or whatever or water. It just needs colorless energies. That's great. So it's kind of splashable. It's a basic Pokemon as well. It has MS. Search your deck for a basic energy card, attach it to this Pokemon. So it can set itself up with that. But yeah, you do definitely need a DCE on that. You deal 80 damage. Whoa, sorry guys. You deal 80 damage and move an energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. So yeah, it can deal damage and get energies back on your bench, but we'll have to figure it out. Nothing is weak to Dragon though. So there's that. Okay, moving on with more dragons. We have the Mallow GX. Talked about it before. This one deals the highest amount of damage, the base damage on a card. 240 damage with this GX move. You can only use one GX move per game though, but that will definitely, yeah, get yourself a one-hit KO unless you're facing something with 250 HP like a Solgaleo. Yeah, but then again, it also deals 130 damage. This attack isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's Pokemon, so you can hit right through those Glaceons and poof. But then again, 130 damage, you won't be getting far with that. Also, his first attack dealing 30 damage. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage, so underwhelming GX in my opinion, won't get to see that much in play. We have Blizzy. Yeah, this Blizzy is nice. Once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand to evolve, you heal 80 damage from your active Pokemon. So it also has 160 HP. Why? Then you cannot go wrong with it. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, it has 4 retreat costs, and there is a tool remover card in the set. So be careful with this. If you want to make a heal deck with fairy drops and all the shenanigans, maybe try it out. Okay. Komala, this little sleepy guy right here, this koala has the ability, this Pokemon is your active Pokemon. When you attach an energy from your hand to this Pokemon is now asleep. That is not good, but then again, his attack deals 100 damage, which can only be used if it's asleep, so yeah, kind of interesting card right here. Only 80 HP though, so gets one-shotted right away. Now to some interesting trainers. We have Energy Lotto, which is the baby brother of Max Elixir. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. If there are any energy cards in there, you may choose one, reveal it to your opponent, and put it in your hand. It does state energy cards, not basic, which means you can get your special dragon energy, just double dragon, your double colorless energy, or the special energy of choice you want. If you play a lot of special energies, this card might help you out to draw quicker into those DCEs. Then, a card which many people are talking about, the Field Blower. Choose up to 2 in any combination of Pokemon tool cards and stadium cards in play, and discard them. So you have the choice is up to you. You can also discard your own tool cards. Just let's say at the beginning of the game you slapped a Floatstone on the Darkrai just for no good reason, just because you wanted to Shaman for more. This card can get rid of that Floatstone for you, and with that you can just attach the Fighting Fury belt afterwards. You can also discard a stadium card like the Forest of Giant Plants are messing around. Get rid of them before they evolve, because that's getting really the trend nowadays. Turn 1 item luck. Okay. Then we have Hala, the Hala of the supporters. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 4 cards. Might seem that's not very good, but if you already use the GX move in the late game, that is, or maybe at the beginning of the game, like decks with Solgaleo or the Turtonator GX or something, you draw 7 cards instead. So this is really great. Shuffle your entire hand into your deck, poof, you get 7 fresh cards. Really great card if you do play on early game GX moves. Eater's Paradise Convention Area. This is a nice stadium card. Each basic grass and lightning type takes 30 less damage from your opponent's active Pokemon. So really nice defense here for your lightning types. Just think about the Rayco from the, I think it was the Fates Collider or set like that, an earlier set. That Rayco also had an ability to receive 20 less damage. With that, 50 less damage. Wow, some things are possible. Also, Tapu Lele is one of those GXs that really adores a card like this. Okay. Moving on, also just think about it, 30 less damage, and there's a Decidueye GX staring at your soul. Oh wow, you cannot take that one down in one shot. Okay, there's Alolan Ninetales, a really beautiful card, talked about it before. This full art is amazing. Just check this out, guys. Don't you want this in your binder? Yeah, I bet so. So next up, we have Turtonator GX. The Ninja Turtle of the Fire type is ready to be in your binder or maybe in your Volcanion deck. Tapu Koko looks majestic, is a lightning type, a must have. So this set comes with a lot of cool things. Also, this Mallow GX is also really nice in the full art version, but that's something I don't want to pull out of the Guardians Rising booster box. Hopefully I didn't jinx myself there. Okay, we have the Hala. Yes, this is a right nice full art. I really want it. I need it. Take my money and go. Okay, this is a nice card right there. And then, of course, Rainbow Secret Rare Alolan Ninetales for the collectors out there. There's also a Secret Rare Turtonator, Secret Rare Tapu Koko, and Secret Rare Mallow GX, of course. I'm talking about Secret Rares. We get a Secret Rare Lightning Energy. Yes, that's something I want. If there will ever be a Zapdos that is really playable, I will definitely enjoy the hell out of that deck with energies like this. These energies cost around $18, so there's a quite expensive secret rares. So we have Field Blower, everyone talked about it before, I talked about it now, and you also have it in secret rare version. Wow, what we want. There's also Max Potion for the guys that are playing, or girls. Girls also play Pokemon TCG, don't get fooled. Yeah, this Max Potion is really nice in decks that are using a lot of healing, so maybe play the full art if you can afford it, or just happy to pull it. Next up, Trevenant. Talked about this one before. This is a nightmare. It's a nightmare that came to life. This is now a grass type, which means Phantom can evolve on the first turn to the item lock Trevenant and expand it, but this is talking more about standard here. This is dealing 30 damage and your opponent reveals his hand, which is already good. Get knowledge like that. Deals 30 damage times the number of trainer cards you find there. Does not state items, so the supporters are allowed, stadiums, and the items. With the Vileplume combination, this is really deadly. So just think about it, there's also gonna be a Sableye I'm gonna talk about. This can also help here and there, but Trevenant, wow, this is a nice looking card. There's also underwhelming damage, dealing 90 damage, healing 30 for a second attack. Next up, a Chandelure. It's been a while since we've seen Chandelure. I think the last Chandelure I ever owned was in Next Destinies. Okay, we have once during your turn, you may move one damage counter from either player's Pokemon to another player Pokemon. So one damage counter per turn gets moved. This is great if you just want to set up your Tauros for Mad Bull GX, just an example. Or you just want to have yourself the weak knockouts, just turn after turn you get a damage counter to the Shaman, getting yourself closer to get those prizes. Okay, Chandelure, fun card, stage 2 though. We don't like stage 2s around, unless we have the Forest of Giant Plants. Because most stage 2s need rare candy like Solgaleo. Solgaleo is definitely playable. Tested about it in the last video. We have Salazzle. This is also a card that some people are mentioning. Once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned and burned. Think about Darkrai GX. This is not, I'm going to talk about it right now, but the Darkrai GX I mentioned a few videos ago will one-shot everything thanks to the help of Salazzle. Wow, interesting indeed. Okay, we have a Wailord in the set. How much HP is it gonna be? Post it in the comment section. Make your bets. Yeah, who will win? No, we don't have a scan right now, but talking about big, huge HP basics, we have. This is not one of them. This is Wishiwashi, the regular form. And once during your turn, you may switch this Pokemon with Wishiwashi GX from your hand. It retains all energy cards attached though, so yeah, kind of weird like that. You can also snipe for 10 damage. Ooh, it's crying, don't you see it? But then we have the school form, Wishiwashi GX. This is something you definitely want to consider. Water Patch, or actually Aqua Patch, is around. It has 210 HP for a basic. That's crazy. You can also get it out with Heavy Ball, or Aqua Ball, or Ultra Ball, or whatever ball you decide. You can get it out really nicely and just start using Water Gun for 20 damage. No, that's not something you want to do, or unless you have your Fighting Fury belt on and you two-shot some weak basics, but he needs a ton of energy. Just look at this. 3 water energies, a DCE, 120 damage, discard a special energy card attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Underwhelming, man. This is not good. But then again, you have the HP to make up for it. Also has GX move, 220 damage. This is a nice amount. With Professor Kukui, you definitely one-shot about 90% of the format, poof, like that, and then you may move all the energies attached to this Pokemon to your bench Pokemon any way you like. So once you finally set up your Wishiwashi GX to use its blue surge attack, you can just divide the energies over all your water Pokemon. So maybe a nice thing to test out in water box decks. It's a huge HP basic, doesn't get one-shotted, and is weak to lightning, which is a type that is not being played at the moment, so maybe it's good. Talking about lightning, we have a Lightning Golem card. I never thought I'd see the days where the Delta species Pokemon made up types were real, but it's true. Golem, Alolan Golem, is a Lightning type, and has the attack 80 damage. Flip a coin for each Lightning energy attached to this Pokemon, and then for each hatch you deal 80 damage. Nice. And then it's Heavy Bomber attack, Lightning and 3 colorless energies, 200 damage. Does 30 damage less times the amount of energies and the retreat cost of your opponent's active Pokemon. So, does 30 damage less times the amount of energy in your opponent's retreat cost. Okay, so meaning if they have a Float Stone, you deal the 200 damage. If they have 3 retreat costs, you deal 110 damage, and yeah, it just goes on like that. So can be useful, but yeah, most people have retreat cost. It's a nice way to just target something with a float stone, but other than that, yeah, stage 2 again. Nice, Garbodor is back, and it has the ability Garbotoxin. No, I'm just kidding. This has just yeah, it will not load because it's trash. This attack does 20 damage times the number of item cards in your opponent's discard pile. In the late game, for a single psychic energy, this can deal a ton of damage. Most of the decks run at least 20 or more item cards, so yeah, dealing that nice amount of damage will be nice in certain games. So Garbodor, not bad. Mimikyu. Will this one load? Yeah, Mimikyu is not garbage. It has Mimic. If your opponent uses an attack during his or her last turn, excluding GX moves, so you cannot overpower those, use that attack as this attack. You don't need the energy cost. So let's say your opponent use something like, let's say, the Lurantis' attack with 120 damage. Well, you can do that for the same for 2 energies, a Psychic and a Carlos. With Max Elixir, you can get there straight away and just use that damage straight away. So a nice looking card indeed. It also has no weakness, so Mimikyu, something neat, maybe as a one-off in a deck. Now, Delmace is a tank. It's actually an anchor. The Metal Lurch ability, as long as this Pokemon in play, each of your Metal Pokemon attacks does 10 more damage to the opponent's active Pokemon. So this is actually the support Solgaleo needed to one-shot everything. It already deals 230 damage. Just get yourselves one of these anchors on the field and boom, you're just one-shotting the Decidueye. Nice like that. I really like the card, and it will give a lot of support to Metal Pokemon, the much needed support they need. The bad thing though, it has 2 retreats, but yeah, what support Pokemon does not have retreats? Okay, we have the card. This is the card, guys. Tapu Lele GX. This card will be the money-making card of the set. If you get it out of your booster box, the booster box already paid for itself. This will be a really expensive card. Think about, yeah, you have Jirachi, you have Mewtwo. Tapu Lele. Yeah, Tapu Lele is just so good. It has the ability Wonder Touch. Once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand, slap it on the bench, poof, you can search your deck for a supporter. And this is nice in item locking decks, because with that you can get your Lysander and poof, get your opponent stuck, snipe a bunch of turns. So really great, and almost every deck will definitely run 1 copy, so definitely get your hands on that on one of them. It also is available in other versions, I believe, so stick around. It also has the attack like Mewtwo, X-Ball or Arrow Ball with Lugia, dealing 20 damage times the number of energies attached to both active Pokemon. So really nice replacement for the Lugia. But then again, Lugia can deal that Deep Hurricane attack with yeah, 2 DCEs, so maybe Lugia will still stay in the Decidueye Vileplume deck, but definitely run Tapu Lele. Way too good. Also, the Tapu Cure GX restores all the HP of 2 of your bench Pokemon. Just think about, you get a lot of damage throughout the game, and some Pokemon are really targets for Lysander. Heal them up if you happen to need it, but it needs a Psychic energy, so it can only be played in decks like Mewtwo. But then again, Mewtwo wants to damage swap, so yeah, that attack won't be used a lot as a GX move. We have Gliscor, Finish Needle, dealing 70 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon has no damage counters, this attack does nothing. This is great. It can be added up with Strong Energy, 90 damage for a single energy. I really like it like that. Second attack, you don't even bother with that. 50 damage, what is that? Or actually it's 90 damage. So yeah, Pokebeach, you're a bit wrong. Definitely change that. Okay, there's a Rockruff in the set. Woo, we don't need to buy the promos anymore. Okay, Lycanroc GX, the Midnight form. We had the day form, crunching away the energies. I made a video about it before. I made videos about all the competitive TCG decks. Definitely check them out. Most of them are for the standard format though. We have Lycanroc GX, 200 damage. No, that's not what I'm talking about. It's more. His GX move, Dead Road GX, deals 50 damage times the number of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Most of the time, it's 5. No, most of the times it's just 3. An average attack of 150 damage. In the late game, when they slap a bunch of Shaymans and get some stuff going on, you can add 5 to that. 5 times 50, 250 damage. That GX move, and it gets added up with Strong Energy. This is a powerful GX move, but it gets even deadlier. Blood Eye, yeah, the name itself. Ability, when you place this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may switch one of your opponent's Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. So you have a free Lysander when you evolve. Think about that, guys. You just Lysander something out, and Dead Road GX, clack, clack, and they're out of there. Their threat is gone. This is a powerful fighting type, and yeah, it also deals 110 damage which is more than enough to one-shot the Darkrai EX or GX or yeah, whatever you want to call him. There's a bunch of Darkrai EXs out, GX as well. This will deal super effective damage and you get your prizes like that. Okay, we have Mineor, or actually, how is it pronounced? Minior, I think it's like that. It deals 20 damage. This damage isn't affected by weakness, resistance, or any other effect. And yeah, that's just that. Standard Swift attack. You know Swift with the stars. Okay, Coma Explosion. Actually, it's Cosmo Explosion. 190 damage, and you just blow yourself up. You get knocked out. It states not knocked out. It does not take damage. It's just knocked out. There's nothing you can do about it. You deal 190 damage, and you're just knocked out. 190 damage. Really nice. I only see one problem though. 3 energies on this guy, 70 HP. Before you can get them on them, you will already hit the discard, so there's that. Alright, we move on. We have a Hunchcrow in the set. Don't have the scan right now. We have Sableye. Limitation. This is the card that everyone got upset for. It has limitation. Your opponent can't play Stadium. What am I saying? It's no Stadium, it's even worse. You cannot play supporter cards. So your opponent cannot play supporter cards on his next turn. Imagine yourself, you have Vileplume out, you're having a good time with the Decidueye sniping around, and boom! Out of nowhere, for only a single price trade Pokemon, your opponent cannot play supporters, cannot play items, they can only play energies. So, and stadium cards, so this is a really devastating lock right here, because if you happen to just use Lysander on, let's say, a Volcanion EX with a ton of energies, yeah, and then get yourself an N, just say it like that, and with that, your opponent only has like 2 cards, just like that, and then you use that attack. Boom! They cannot play supporters, they're stuck, they don't have a float stone, but then again, if you use Lysander, use 2 supporters, mind blown. Scratch that, just use Lysander on a huge target, and use that attack, and they're stuck. They have to top deck. If it's an item, ugh. If it's a supporter, ugh. So really nice. This will be a really great terror when facing an item and supporter locker. Definitely watch out for it. But then again, they need to play Darkness Energy, so they will have to play even a Bland Energy and expand it, or just playing some Darkness Energies and the Decidueye Vileplume, but that can be kind of clunky. We'll have to figure it out. Now another GX, it's Metagross GX. I rapped about it before in the intro rap. It has the ability Geotag, or Geotag, yeah, it's that. No, Geotag system. Once during your turn, you may attach either a Psychic or a Metal Energy from your discard pile to your active Pokemon. This is nice. This has the needed support for Metal. Maybe we can make something clunky with Solgaleo and try to attack turn after turn with Sun Steel Strike. It's a nice support attack. Also Giga Hammer, 150 damage, but you cannot use it on your next turn. But yeah, for 3 energies, don't use it at all. It also has Algorithm GX. Search your deck for up to 5 cards and put them in your hand. It just screams to be like a support Pokemon. 5 cards, imagine yourself. I want, let's say, a Rare Candy, yeah, the Solgaleo, an Ultra Ball so I can Shaman, a supporter, everything is possible. This is really nice. So Algorithm GX, a nice GX move to set up once again. If you're using that, definitely play out Hala. This is a supporter that gets you a fresh hand of 7 when you use the GX move early on, so that will be a great supporter. Yeah, there's a Whimsicott in the set. I don't have the scan, so I cannot tell you guys if it's good or not. We have Goodra. Yeah, this slimy looking dragon. Power Whip does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon times the number of energy attached to this Pokemon. Whoa! If you have 3 energies attached to them, or to this slimy looking dragon, you deal 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So it's a sniping card. I like it. It also deals 130 damage, switch the defending Pokemon with one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So it actually is a kind of the sniping / annoying card. It beats someone and then draws it to the bench. There's a cast form in the set, a Patrat, woo, a Watchok as well, Fletchinder, and of course a cool looking Talonflame. What would your day be without this beautiful looking Talonflame? It deals 30 damage. Search your deck for a fire energy and attach it to this Pokemon. Why would you want to do that? Because it deals 90 damage and then return all energies from this Pokemon back to your hand. So it slaps and then it goes away. Just like that. You just got Talonflamed. Ooh. Okay, moving on, we have Aqua Patch. This is a nice looking item. Talked about it before. It gives Water Box the well needed support that it deserves. Water types are now more valuable viable. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Viable. I cannot even pronounce it. Viable than ever. With Aqua Patch, you can just attach water energy from your discard to one of your Pokemon, your water Pokemon that is. So that Wishy-Washy, you can definitely set him up and then spread the energies on your bench. So definitely is kind of playable. We have Rescue Stretcher. Choose one Pokemon from your discard and put it in your hand, or choose 3 of them and shuffle them in your deck. So it's sort of like Super Rod, only for Pokemon, but then better. You cannot get energies back, but if your deck does not rely on getting energies back with Super Rod, this is a nice way to do it. You can, this is a situational Rescue Stretcher. Definitely get yourself some copies of that. Mallow, or Mallow, whatever you want to pronounce this girl. She's awesome. You choose 2 cards from your deck and shuffle the rest of them back in your deck and actually put those 2 cards you pick on top of your deck in any order. This is great for that Wish Cash that I talked about. Or maybe some other shenanigans like Max Electro, making sure you have that energy. So this is a neat supporter. Other things like, let's say the Typhlosion Pokemon that just discards so many cards from the top of your deck and times the amount of energies. Well, this is great to get at least certain you get 1 or 2 of them. So, next up, Hilltop Stream. Really nice in the game looking, where you just swim around with your Lapras. But in the trading card game, once during your turn, you may, actually once during his or her turn, each player may search his deck for a water or a fighting type Pokemon and put it directly onto his bench. If that player does this, that player shuffles their deck. So you can set up all your Froakies. Boom, 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 boom. There they go. But then again, you want to use Frogadier's attack with the water duplicate. So yeah, it states each player may search your deck for a basic Pokemon, so you cannot get your evolutions on. But for a water setup deck, this is nice. We might see it, but for now, the only water deck that is really viable is the wow, I'm missing with that, is the one with Lapras and stuff. So this Wishy-Washy, really nice looking card. I'm already excited for, and here comes the gold, guys. We have the Tapu Lele GX Full Art. Already looking forward to the entire set, Guardians Rising, available on the 5th of May. If you want more info about all these cards and new deck ideas, subscribe so you don't miss out. Okay, Lycanroc also gets a full art. You definitely want to see this, guys. There's also Metagross. Of course, supporters. Yes, this is Mallow full art. Yeah, one of those sexy looking cards. You definitely want them. She's making orange berries and stuff. Or actually, is that an orange berry? Yeah, there's a citrus berry. Okay, we have Wishy-Washy GX Rainbow. There's Tapu Lele. Oh my god, that card gets a rainbow. That card, gotta make an estimate, it'll be around $40–50, I believe. Could be wrong though, but definitely invest in Tapu Lele. Really playable GX. It's also a nice looking card. Lycanroc also gets his secret rare rainbow card. It's actually a hyper rare. Metagross as well. And then Fighting gets some love with the secret rare fighting energy. So they're gonna go with the trend and make every energy secret rare. So with that, you have a deck full of secret rares. Anyway, we have Aqua Patch. Yes, this is the card you want to get if you want to play with water and style. And then of course, Enhanced Hammer. Why not? It's the annoying card getting rid of the DCEs, Double Dragons. Why not get it in the full art version? And that's about it. The Guardians Rising set is just around the horizon. It will be released in, 2 months, a little 2 months actually, and I'll be opening 1 or maybe 2 boxes on the channel, so definitely look forward to more TCG battles with the new cards, booster pack openings with the Guardians Rising, of course, and yeah, a lot more reports, like tournament reports, going on a tournament in 11 days, I believe, in Antwerp, so if you happen to be at Belgium, definitely check it out. Anyway, this was another video. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, show some support. Let you guys just go wild in the comment section, but keep it clean. And yeah, just communicate with each other and talk about all the new cards and which decks you're gonna play, which cards you want for your collection, which cards is your favorites, and everything like that. And I will be seeing you guys soon. So yeah, tomorrow or the day after that, I will be back with more TCG content. Definitely rock smash the hell out of the like button as always. And with that, I will leave you guys. Have an awesome day, guys. This is the best news ever, don't you think? Guardians Rising for the win. Peace out.